Hey everyone, Jeremy Wiseman here with Wiseman Family Practice. I'm here in Rockdale, Texas at Richardson Farms. And what we're going to learn today is we're going to learn about pastured pork, otherwise known as pasture-raised pork. And we're going to see why I believe not only is it the best way of raising pigs, but it really is the healthiest pork for you and your family. Now, pigs are some of the most social, emotional, and intelligent creatures on the planet. In fact, recent studies have shown that pigs are mentally and socially very similar to dogs and chimpanzees. They are a remarkably sophisticated animal. So what is pastured pork and why is it important? Well, pastured pork is basically pork that comes from pigs that are raised in a more open, natural, and outdoor environment without antibiotics and on a species-specific diet that Mother Nature designed for pigs. Unfortunately, most of the pork production done these days is done in factory farms in mass quantities in what's known as CAFOs. Now, this is quite the opposite of the pasture-raised ideal as far as the living conditions and the nutritive value of the meat. Most female pigs spend the majority of their lives in gestation and farrowing crates, which are basically modern forms of caging. Before going to slaughter, most pigs live the majority of their lives indoors in overcrowded, unnatural, and unsanitary conditions. Most are not fed a natural pig-specific diet, aren't allowed normal intimacy and normal social contact with each other, are often given antibiotics, which of course end up in the meat we consume, and they are, for all intents and purposes, chronically stressed. Now, the good news is the tide is turning. Many companies, states, and countries have banned or are phasing out gestation crates and are trying to find more sustainable solutions for the animals, the environment, and the consumer. So this is why I'm excited to show the gold standard of pork production. At the end of the video, we'll give you some convenient solutions for finding this type of pork, and we'll also give you some marketing terms to look out for. Now, we've recently joined with Richardson Farms, and we are now delivering this type of pork directly to your home. So we'll give you some information on this at the end of the video. So let's go meet Jim Richardson, the owner of Richardson Farms, and let's see the pigs up close.
Good to see you, Jeremy.
Yeah, how's it going?
Welcome to the farm.
Yeah, I guess, let's start off by telling us a little bit about your approach to raising pigs and also your approach to pork production.
Sure. Well, I believe in animal welfare and happy pigs, you know, and pigs like to be social. They like to be in groups where they can express the pigginess of a pig. You know, they like to root and be in the water, and I think those things make them happy. And you know, our confinement systems in our big hog farms are totally going against nature. And I plant forages for them to eat, you know, like turnips and collards and oats and other things that they enjoy and have fun foraging in. But they have access to large tracts of land where they can rest and get in the shade and sleep together and root and wallow and get in the water and drink and be happy. And so that's what I think makes the difference in the quality of the product.
You know, and I try to, you know, one of the big things at our practice is trying to educate that the conditions of food production equals the quality of the meat and the health of the meat. And people sometimes don't understand that. They just think pork's pork, and nothing could be farther from the truth.
No, that is exactly right.
That's great. Well, we appreciate everything you're doing, and thanks for having us out.
Have a great day.
Okay. So when it comes to pork, pastured pork is really the way to go. Now, you might not see this on labels because it's not really a certification process. It really means locally farmed pork. And if it's a bit out of your price range and you're shopping at a conventional grocery store, look out for terms like no antibiotics, humanely raised, or organic, because these terms have a lot of value. But watch out or be wary for terms like natural or all natural, because these terms don't always guarantee the standard that we should be looking for. And as we said before, we are delivering this to your home through our online store at wisemanfamilypractice.com or shop.wisemanfamilypractice.com. Thanks again.